Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Oxygen Not Included, where the crops are still really warm. What I might do is rip that out and put another Wheezewort in. Yes, let's do that. In the previous episode, we were focusing on this bottom left area here, which is, I guess, the oil refinery building, for the lack of a better term. It has the oil refinery in it, naturally, as well as the storage for the outputs, or liquid reservoir there, so to get the petroleum out of it. We also get some natural gas, which we have to filter through this gas pump and then the gas filter, and then go out either through this gas vent, or if it's the stuff that we want, store in the gas reservoir to then be used in a future process. We also capped off this saltwater geyser there because, quite frankly, it was overflowing and we had a little bit of a problem. So, in this episode, what we want to do is, at minimum, get the oil refinery thing up and running and see how far we get. Now, in terms of resources, we are doing okay, although the coal is, I think, still a little bit of a problem. Coal is down to 5.9 tons, so we'll have to see there. There are other areas we can explore, like on this side here, we've got more places to dig out and such, but this doesn't have coal. But coal can be found in other areas. I'm just not seeing it at this stage. Also, hang on, where is it? Is it over here? Yes, there's loads of coal down there, so we can dig down there and then dig all of that out. In terms of cycle, we're on to cycle 129. Let's have a look at the report there. We have minus about 9,000 calories, not too much of a problem since we have 198,000 calories in reserve. Reduction in stress, increase in gems, but nothing of great interest, and then some positive oxygen generation, so not too bad. So let's go to max speed here and let them crack on. Obviously, we do need to get all of this up and running. It is pretty much built, and we're waiting for it to be done. We're just a case of waiting for the duplicates to come and actually do that. We have a building here that says overheated. That is the pitcher pump. Yes, of course. That's because this steam vent is kicking off. Now, eventually, we do want to perhaps try and get some steam generators, but from what I gather, they do require a little bit of an interesting setup. You need to have them on steam that is, I think it's 125 plus degrees, but the area around it can't be more than 75, so I don't know if that would actually function. But we're going to see how far we get on with this oil refinery stuff in the first place. We've already gone a lot further than I thought we would, so yeah, I'm not really too bothered what happens from this stage. Let's plant the Wheezewort there. I'm not going to plant any others because, quite frankly, we don't need them around this area. We actually don't really need this one. It's just well, because I say we don't need this one. These plants aren't growing because of the heat, but hopefully the Wheezewort will make them grow. But even if we didn't do that, well, we don't really need the extra calories anyway. So you can see that the duplicates are coming along. They are putting the suits on and then placing all of this. In terms of our skills, let's have a quick look at that. We do have Ellie, who requires some leveling up in skills. We're going to go for improved carrying, because why not? Liam requires nothing really. I guess we'll go for bedside manner. Hassan, we're going to go for a critter ranching, which we still haven't really done. We're going to go for super hard digging for Stinky, and then Frankie, well, I guess none of it's great, but I guess improved tinkering, and just get all of the skills that they have a great passion for there. You can see that that thing is far too warm, that pitcher pump. It is made out of, what is it? I think it's just made out of sandstone, but it is so warm that they're going to have to go and repair it there. Obviously, the steam vent was kicking off a little while ago, and that's now why it is 70-odd degrees closer to that, and then around the immediate area, we got sort of 80-odd degrees, which is why, there we go. You can see that Wheezewort there is now cooling the air down very nicely, so that is perfect. We also have these trees, and they are kicking out some lumber, and I think eventually, and probably sooner rather than later, it's maybe best to place in, if we go over to our power here, place in a wood burner. Could we get one in? We could fit one in. Just not entirely sure where we would place it. Wood, do you get? Because I'm so alone. Let's go for carbon dioxide, power, heat, overheat temperature, auto inputs, decor, reduction. Okay, so it does kick out carbon dioxide, but I thought it might kick out some polluted oxygen, or maybe even some polluted water, but it doesn't, so it just kicks out some power. How much power does it kick out? Only 300 watts, so it is not great at all, but I guess we do have the wood, and that's what you could use to, well, that's what, I mean, we might as well use it. So let's place one in, where do I want to place one? Hang on, suffocating, where was that at? Oh, it disappeared very quickly, so I'm not really too bothered, as long as it's been sort of don't really care. Where shall I put this thing? I'm going to probably put it around here, because this is like the bottom part of the base, although maybe in this corner? I don't know. Probably go to base, tile, and then place a tile across there to extend it. We'll then dig out this top bit here, simply because we can, and then we'll place the power generator there, and we'll just see how much we get. In terms of future power, though, there's been many suggestions. Obviously, I wanted to go for steam, but I don't know if that is going to work, although around here might work, around the leaky oil fissure, because it does kick out oil at a slow, steady flow. It doesn't kick out a lot, but it does kick it out at regular intervals. So that's good for steam, but around there, probably not, and around there, no either. But I think... Why is that overheating. I was going to say, why is that getting damaged? But it is overheating because of... Oh, wow, that tile is 95 degrees. Okay, that I wouldn't lean on that wall. Just a bit of a top tip for these guys. Since we've closed this off with these manual airlocks and the stuff that goes over the top of it, it has really started to heat up. But, I mean, we are trying to keep the heat in there, which is sort of the point. Yeah, in terms of the future power production, we won't have enough gas in the reservoir to use the natural gas generator. We do have a natural gas geyser over there, but that's a whole lot of work to do that. We also have the hydrogen generator, which we could do with the salt water there. We could desalinate, go put through the desalinator, get rid of that, and then split it through the process of turning it from the H2O into hydrogen and 2 oxygens, which not only obviously will be able to power the base, it'll also be able to feed the base with oxygen, but also we'll be able to use a hydrogen generator. But we'll see how we get on there. Let's say one thing at a time. Let's go over to power and wood burner. We're going to put the wood burner in there. We could then run the wire. It doesn't look like these have. Do they have access to that? I don't know. We'll place the a heavy wire into there. No, doing that would not work because it has to go through this, which is the that's a small one. Can use a heavy joint bridge. I can't put it there. No, I'm gonna have to cancel that. I'm gonna have to cancel that one, sadly. Going around there would not function. I don't know where to place it then. Because I could place it there. That would work. Yeah, we'll put it there then. So wood burner will go there, and then the heavy wire will go up, and then we also want conductive wire. What's that? Run through. It's just better. Max power 2 kilowatts, whereas the standard wire is 1 kilowatt. Okay. We also want to check out our automation overlay, and we want to automate this. So we should be able to do that. Suffocating and duplicates have died. What on earth? Why? Why? Dead suffocation. They can still go down here, right? There's nothing stopping them. Wow. Okay. Ari has suffocated to death. I mean, it was popping up now and again, but they can travel down here on their own. They're not stuck. I really don't know why that's occurred. Contact with slime lung, contact with allergic reaction germs. Huh. Well, that's suboptimal. I guess because it's so far in away from what they're used to. God, that's a lot of ice. That is the biggest ice biome I think I've ever seen. Goes from here all the way up there, suffocating again. Stinky has to go all the way down. Wow, that's a long way for them to travel. Right, we need some suits, don't we? We need some suit, probably an Atmos suit checkpoint here. And in order to access all this, you need to go through that. I think we will have to do that. I'm going to click cancel and cancel all of that and all of that. Simply because I don't really want them to travel over there. Okay, automation wire. I will run the wire in like so. That's to our new burner there. We also want to have, what we're using, copper for that one. Yeah, that's fine. And how we're doing over there, that is, oh, is that up and running? I think it might be. Before I do anything else though, furniture, I think it is. No. Medicine. Medicine is a tasteful memorial is in medicine apparently, which is disconcerting. It's not a great, not a great medical procedure, but there you go. Right, we now have, as you can see, our oil refinery, and if we go to the normal speed, we can see it hopefully process stuff. It does say oil refinery contents empty. That is pipe blocked. Let me double check that. We'll go over to our plumbing. We can see that, yes, oil is going in there. But it is not working. Why is that insulated liquid pipe rather than normal liquid pipe? That's just weird. Is it power? Converts crude oil, is that what it is, into petroleum and natural gas. It couldn't be a power problem. So I wonder why it's not working. This is working though. You can see this is gas. It's pumping gas, filtering gas, and is actually working. So there's the natural gas there. So that small bit of natural gas coming through the pipe and going into our reservoir there. And then the rest is outputting there. This is just pumping everything it can through here to try and make that into a vacuum. So why is that contents empty? Power is good. I wonder why it's not working. Contents 100 kilos at of crude oil at 82 degrees. Petroleum at 0. Is that what it is? I thought we had the liquid pipe going that way. There is the liquid pipe. Output pipe, yes, output going into input. I'm missing something. It can't be that. That's sandstone and insulated liquid pipe. Deconstruct that. Let's see if that deconstructs it. Deconstructing that and changing it to the other one works. I don't think it will do anything, but we'll try. We'll give it a go. Oh, doesn't matter. It simply requires people working on it. Didn't realise that. I didn't realise it needed to be staffed. Okay, that is fine. So, plumbing, liquid pipe, like so. We'll prioritise that at level 9, get that done. And then that one can be put at, say, level 6 to produce whatever we need. Right, so once they've come and finished that, it shouldn't take too long, hopefully. See, they're delivering all the sandstone. There's a lot of sandstone around anyway, so there we are. This is almost full and should stop once it's all surrounded with stuff. There we go, and that one, I am going to change it to actually 8. There we have, you can hear the noise of the printing pod. Tasteful Memorial is in there, and Ari is still there. What skills? Improved tinkering, it's machinery and strength. Sadly, it was also, they were one of the people that went through the neural vacillation process. So, we'll choose a blueprint. We have Rust, we have Ren, Nisbet and Harold. Doctoring and farming, decorating and farming, and decorating. Neither are great. We're going to go for Ren. Because why not? Not much for Travaldo here. When in doubt, extra strength. And then Ren will go for medicine. There we go. So, this oil refinery obviously will need to be staffed, but Travaldo is putting a suit on and hopefully going to do that right now. Looks like they are going through that airlock and then over here. And yes, you can see we have it now working. So it's got like a Pyrex measuring jug on the top there, and you can see the refinery is lighting up as well, outputting from the top a lot of this natural gas. But if we go over to the ventilation, eventually that will be sorted and go through there into that, which is excellent. More importantly, plumbing overlay, we can see that we have this now start to fill up with our petroleum. So, what can we do with petroleum? Well, we do have a petroleum generator, but I don't think burning that would be the way forward. I think that would probably be very short-sighted and we'd lose most of that. Instead, what we want to do, ideally, is turn it into something else that we can use, and that would be plastic. But for that, it requires a polymer press, which is, it says, affects plastic and steam and carbon dioxide. That's what it kicks out, and a lot of heat. However, petroleum, it says liquid intake pipe and gas output pipe. Okay. Gas output for the steam, I'm guessing. What I'm going to do, the plan was always to place this thing down here in the ice biome, although I don't know whether I want to move it, put it there or put it up here, simply because this area is a little bit warmer than what it was previously, whereas up the top here it's a bit better. The problem with that is it's going to require a lot of piping, which means, actually, could we get it there? We remove that, put the ladder down at the bottom, the pipe can go up from there along and then straight up that ladder and then to the left. That could work. That could work. And we already have power up here anyway because of these heavy watt wires, so the wire will just run across as well. You know what? I think we'll do it that way. So that is deconstructed. I'll probably not deconstruct anything else. The ladder will go across like that, or up like that. That is actually filling up a lot more than I thought. So what I'm going to do is go over to liquid reservoir and then place one and then two more in, simply because having more at this stage would be better. And then obviously that'll have to go up like so. And like that, and then while we're on with the piping, we're going to run it up and across, and then right. Oh, hang on, careful now. We'll run it to there. We do have to place some some bridges. So one there, and right. What we'll have to do. Actually, that's also cancel that, because it's also in the wrong area, wrong orientation rather. Liquid bridge. There. Liquid pipe. There. Along. There. Straight up. Straight across. And I won't take it any further because I don't know exactly where we'll be having all of this. So that shouldn't now put the petroleum in the toilets, which is okay, I guess. The pitcher pump has, well, it looks to be melted, to be honest. We'll have to fix that at some point. You can see just how quick that petroleum has gone down. So yeah, it's interesting that's gone down that quick. In terms of this area here that I mentioned, where we're going to have like an atmosuit checkpoint, I think instead we'll have it here. So we need to have, in terms of the stations, an atmosuit checkpoint, and we'll place it in there. It'll require the removal of some of this stuff. And 1, 2, 3, 4, I think, for that. And then finally we'll say a bit of that. Just to remove it, you understand, and then dig all of that, and then we'll have to create some more suits, which we should be able to do. We'll say copper suit. Hang on, I don't know why that closed for a second there. Click on that on 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we should be able to create them copper suits. And we also probably need copper ore to copper, iron ore to iron, wolframite to tungsten. Alright, we might as well set that to produce forever, because tungsten is really useful. And, oh, there we go, there is our wood burner, burning wood, as you might imagine. So, that is getting a bit warm around here. Yes, it is. Insufficient oxygen generation. Let me check then for the cycle. So, cycle report for yesterday. Minus, 507 kilos. Does that mean, have we run out of... Yes, we have. We've run out of algae. Okay. That means... we're all about to die. That means digging out a lot of this algae, then. There is some algae and slime that we can dig out, but... I mean, it's not... most of it's slime, which is a big problem. I like the way that this liquid pump here was originally to power the metal refinery, which it still is. It's to cool it down, but it's the water level dropped so much because we've dug out all this that it's not even... it's just floating pretty much mid-air there, not soaking up anything. Right, so we do need to dig out some slime and other stuff, so I guess we'll just dig out that. Although, cancel... we probably don't need any of that, because a lot of this is clear. And then we'll do that, and we'll refine some of that slime. Because, well, we need to. We already have the algae distillers, which, yeah, takes slime and turns into algae. So we've got that on the go. And that means that... oh, dearie me. Yeah, oxygen generation is going... right down. Is there another way of generating oxygen? Well, yes, there is. It is to do with our hydrogen splitters. Could we do that? Electrolyzer converts water into oxygen and hydrogen. So, what is the best way of going about that? We have that water there. We could then pump it to another building similar to this. Convert that to hydrogen and oxygen, and then pump the oxygen back into the base. Hydrogen goes into a tank to be used for whatever. We could do that. We could do that. I think we'll get this polymer press up and running first to see if we can get a steam generator. We'll see. Right, that's been ordered to be dug out. That's been ordered to be dug out. I guess we can dig out these two layers like that. Let's see how we get on there. Looks like they are repairing there because of the heat, but it's not too warm. That's very quickly going up, as you can see. That liquid reservoir is almost half full, but then to be fair, the crude oil's almost finished off as well. There's Camille, who's currently coming down very, very slowly. I think we can change that. It's not in skills. Where is it? In schedules, consumables. You can turn off what they eat. I think there is a way to do it, but I'm just not too sure at this stage. Anyway, so that's been ordered to be dug out, although it looks like they have done the usual and now dug out the close bit, which means the rest is unreachable. Brilliant. How's the algae distillers? Algae distillers are working. The pipework is being placed. Looks like most of this pipework is being placed over here, which is excellent. What I'll do is I'll simply dig out this top section like so, and then I'll have the refining thing here. I think it's minus 20 odd degrees, so hopefully that'll be okay. Whether or not it works or not, I have no idea. This is all new territory for me, and that is still broken, that pitch pump. They will go ahead and repair it. It's just, well, it's currently enough to take the flesh from your bones, so probably not a good idea to go in there at this stage. Unrefrigerated food. Don't know what that was. Oh, there we go. There's our atmosphere checkpoint and such almost in. It will require oxygen as well as power, but we'll get on that later on. Trying to see where the best source of slime and algae is. I mean, we've got a lot of slime, but it's like mining the thing out, which is the main sticking point. And there's some in there. And eventually we're going to dig this stuff out anyway. But what I'll do is I'll place the ladder like that, because that's where we were going to go with it anyway, to dig out all this coal. So they'll crack on with that when they can. They are finishing off all of this pipe here. The pipe now goes up and is almost finished right to the left-hand side. Obviously, they're also removing the ice. This isn't... I mean, it is freezing, but it is not hazardous in the for the sort of short-term stuff. Is that just stopped because growth... Oh, yeah, illumination. Power. This thing takes a lot of power, I think. Refinement. Oil refinery. No, it's only 480 watts, so actually not much at all, to be honest. I thought it was a lot more than what it is. And we can see that the petroleum is being pushed through that pipe now. There you go. You can see it going along. And stopping there for some reason. Not going to be a blockage there or anything, I'm sure. Anyway, in terms of refining, while we're here, polymer press. We'll make it out of iron ore. And we're going to place a polymer press in there. And we'll see how the rest of it goes. The light's going on and off, but we have got enough coal and we've got enough wood. So it's just a case of probably the algae distillers, because they take a bit of power as well. Either way, we've got that dug out there, we've got that ordered there to be dug out. Yeah, that's okay. And we'll dig out that section if we can. I think we can get to there. Yeah, we can. 50 odd degrees just around there. And, Ren, narcoleptic. Yeah. Just collapsed and having a little bit of a sleep there. Someone did point this out in the previous episode's comments. We're going to go over to dig, removing this algae here. And let's see, we're ordering all of that there as well. Might as well dig out that stuff while we're on. Looks like that's working. That is filling up. This is... Oh, that is pretty much done. Polymer press. Didn't expect that. Okay, so it requires wire connection, liquid intake, petroleum, and a gas output. The gas output, I believe, is just carbon dioxide. I believe. No, steam. Sorry, steam. Can I just store the steam then? In a gas reservoir? Probably can. I'll try it. I can only try it. In terms of the power then, heavy watt wire. Have to go up to there, go across to there, joint plate in, and then I'm going to go down and across, because otherwise, quite frankly, it would be a bit of a nightmare to deal with. Oh, it's only 240. Why am I doing that? Cancel. Cancel, 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 cancel. Don't need all that. Don't need that amount of power. Instead, then, we can use wires going from there, along, up, and then do that way. This is gold amalgam, is it? Yeah, it is. Gonna change it to that. Don't need it. Don't need to use gold, that's for sure. Wire. Yeah, I'll just use that. Just iron ore. Not going to hide the cable. Oh, we might as well hide the cable. There we go. Flooding. Yep, we're aware of that. How is the temperature down here? It is... it seems to have not changed much. I wonder if we've permanently altered the biome. I wonder if that's a thing. That's his vacuum pump, not in gas. That's exactly what we wanted. And then it'll work. Just means that the natural gas doesn't come through here, which is exactly what we are aiming for. We've also got a lot of algae up here, which I've just spied. So I wonder if we can just dig all of that out. We probably can. Scalding. Travaldo was trying to repair that. Looks like it hasn't worked out. So the wire is going to come along to the polymer press. The input will also be liquid pipe, which will run in a similar fashion to the wire. This obviously will be dug out, so I'll have to replace some of the ground on it. I'll order that as well, like so. Actually, we'll run it right across, and then the output will be a pipe going from there into there. All right, and we'll see what happens once they've done all that in about 10 weeks' time. So, in terms of organic, algae is going up, but and slime is going up too, because obviously they are digging out all this that they can. I'm not going to do the ceiling. I'm probably going to order the digging out of bits and bobs around here, but nothing great. Let's say them bits there. I'm just going to any little easy bit that we can remove, then I will do. Might as well recover all of the stuff from there. And in fact, it's all three can be recovered, plus the gold amalgam there as well. Looks like the algae. We can't. I don't think we can dig that. I don't think they can't. It's far too far up, and might as well remove that as well. There's still biomes that we haven't visited, but nothing great. Power's going down there. Power there. That's fine. Okay. So. With the lights not being on, calorie generation will be reduced, but we still have the meal wood, and we also have the printing pod as well. We have meep, bubbles, drecklet, and a lava egg. A lava egg. Yeah, that gets slicksters off that one. Consume carbon dioxide and extrude crude oil. Print. Because crude oil, good, but the main thing is, well, I hope they output it in a bottle. I hope they've been trained. I'm hoping that they're going to chew on a lot of this carbon dioxide. Duplicant skills. Camille will go for bedside manner and doctoring. Rowan will go for... there's nothing really that they're interested in, so perhaps extra carrying, or... I don't know, actually. Do we need someone more for digging? No, we got people with super hard digging. Farming on there. Art fundamentals, no medical care. I guess critter ranching, because we might look at that. Probably not. Hassan is still trying to broil himself by going to repair the pitch pump, and starvation. No, not convinced that is a thing. Well, it is a thing. I'm just pretty confident they are not starving with 225,000 calories available. I'm going to change the oil refinery now to only level 5 priority, simply because this is pretty much sorted how we want it. Let me go to mop liquid spills and mop that up there. Mop all of that stuff up there, because otherwise it's just going to follow us down. Loads of chlorine there as well, which is interesting. And there we go. I think we will leave it there for now. Why can't I place anything there? Is there a... Ah, yes, there's a sleet wheat. I will harvest that. Now, that couldn't have been there originally because... Or could it? No, I'm pretty sure that was... It had ground bit there. I don't know if it's just planted or whatever. Interesting. Anyway, we're going to leave it there. Cycle 135. We'll check a look at that report, and we can see that we have reduction in calories, reduction in stress, positive germs, and a massive oxygen deficit, which if we check the oxygen overlay, is becoming a big problem now. Lots of carbon dioxide, very little oxygen. Yeah, that is a problem. That is a... Oh, that is still outputting, though. It's... Good grief. Oxygen is definitely not included. So we're going to leave it there. Next episode, what we will do is try and get the polymer press working, see what that is like, and also then try and get, I guess, steam. But a higher priority is not suffocating. So, yeah, we'll try and sort that out. As I mentioned, I think the solution would probably be to refine... I guess it's not really... I guess it is a refinement of sorts. Actually, small split... Yeah, electrolyzer. Converts water into oxygen and hydrogen. And we then... So it only takes 120 watts of power. So we'll take the water, split it, pump the oxygen at the base, and then the hydrogen wherever. The problem is, where are we going to place that? We could place it around here, and say, at this stage, I don't know, maybe cap off this. We don't really need access to this. Could do it around here. It is a sort of closed area, and it would make sense with the atmosphere dock. Problem being that, well, we'll have to open that up, put a pump in, dig down there and put a pump in. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. It'll heat up, but then there's lots of things to go wrong there. But I also don't like the idea of digging out, like, say, all of this to then build a particular area for that. Although it's not too much of a problem, because we will get all of the algae, so maybe that is the way forward. Either way, we'll have a think and we'll sort that out, hopefully in the next couple of episodes. As always, hope you have enjoyed the video and the series thus far. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.